Hello there. So recently Splatoon 3 released and my brain just decided to hyper-focus on it. Sorry to that one person waiting for the Mori video. Don't worry, it'll be in 5 months. Yay! But I'm pretty good at Salmon Run. Look at these stats I found. Woo! And wanted to make a video for some advice on what not to do because I'm unoriginal, I guess. This will hopefully be useful, and if you like the video, subscribe and like it so I know to make more videos about the video game. Funny Squid Game.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Every couple of days there will be a new weapon for the mode, each having distinct roles to play for each boss. Playing into a weapon's strength is important for efficiency and getting space and eggs, so playing to a weapon's strength is best. This isn't to say that you should always keep a rigid playstyle, however. It's important to be adaptable when the game is in a neutral state. You don't want to be the worst link and go against it. Long-range snipers and weapons should deal with bosses like Slaminlets. Weapons with low range should deal with hordes, and fast weapons like most dualies and ink brushes need to go collect eggs. Some special weapons need special treatment for their role, like Dynamo, that are extremely good weapons if you understand that you can just walk slowly in front of hordes or of lower salmon to just steamroll them. Bosses of Salmon Run are the biggest threat, and knowing how to deal with them is important. But who do you prioritize? Well, look at this amazing, epic, incredible graph I made to show who you should target first. Fly fishes are usually the topest priority.
One kiss is all it takes.
Having the most displacement and being disconnected. Just like counter missiles, they are extremely annoying. Very important are big shots, drizzler shots, and stingers. Stingers are important because they just also do like displaced shots like fly fish, but they are a lot easier to dodge. Drizzler shots are most important because it can instantly kill the drizzler, but the drizzler itself is like important still. Big shots are also very important because they can be good at displacing too, but lesser than the other two. And also they can give you some good free eggs if like you manage them correctly with your team. The rest of them should be self-explanatory. Also understanding how to lure certain eggs to the basket is important, due to not knowing that your team is doing so or not doing it when you need to is important. Also, it is necessary for executive because honestly there is too many bosses to deal with. Luring is the act of getting bosses near the basket to splat them, getting some easy eggs, and works with most bosses that you would expect. Mords and are the easiest due to going straight for you, with steelheads and eels being other easy ones to lure. Don't lure if you think that the team can't handle it. That is most of the time in lower ranks, and don't get overwhelmed since luring can make it a lot easier to get wiped out. Specials are probably one of the worst used mechanics in Salmon Run, with most people in lower ranks not using them, even though they almost got wiped out. Actually, even higher ranks this happens for some reason. Specials should always be used if you think that momentum is beginning to slow on your side and you've got a good opening to use one. Just a quick thing, crab tank should always be used on fly fish if multiple other bosses are taken out with a special too.
Oh, hell no.
Events are the special things that happen every so often while at work, and knowing all of them will make it a lot more likely to not get wiped out instantly by these rapid changes. First is tides, something that can also come together with other events often. Tide can be told by the intro screen where higher or lower water will be shown for you to prepare. Lower usually means that the egg basket will move lower to the shore and salmon will spawn there. If it looks like you're going to get wiped out though, and you've filled your quota, you can always run away to the mainland, and while they will follow, it will take a while. High tide is when things get bad fast. Eggs aren't the issue because of all the space you will be in, and you can throw your eggs in the basket wherever you are on the map. The real priority is not getting overwhelmed by everything due to lack of space. The priority is on space instead of eggs. Then there are glowflies. Give up. Alright then. It isn't that dire, but it's probably the hardest part of Salmon Run. Tons of salmons and goldies will come at you in a massive rush, and it's your teammate's job to pick up the eggs from the goldies and to keep the person currently affected alive. Yes, I said currently affected. due to the glowflies repeatedly changing co-workers. There's also different ways to beat this event, but generally this is the best way to help your team. Generally, what you want to do is go on a wall, or any sort of wall that cannot be easily attacked by salmons who are currently rushing you, and then just letting the rest of your team just hit them. Then there's fog, where there will be a wild fog and salmon will spawn from all sides of the map, so don't bother shouting if you see one. But you should definitely still keep communicating, because due to the fog, vision is heavily impaired, so a friendly shout when you need help or when somebody's killed a boss is very helpful. Just stick together and try not to go to shore. The gorilla is next, and a similar strat can apply from the glowflies. A gorilla will target one person, as shown by the laser, and it's everybody else's job to splat them from their vulnerable tail. Once it's vulnerable, keep shooting from all the weak spots around it to get to egg. Eventually there will be two following two people, but just keep calm. This is a soft version of the glowflies, and like it, snowballs are very likely if somebody gets splattered. Cohorts are only happening on low tide and spawning exclusively cohorts, and also cannons to deal with them. Making sure that one person is shooting cohorts with the cannons and bosses that can't be slided from shore because of the cohort is essential for you to win, because having multiple people in the cannons will not be helpful, and the people on the basket can easily get overwhelmed by bosses not able to be quickly defeated by the cannons. Let the bosses come to the basket like Moors and Scrappers, and bosses unable to be defeated by the people on the ground should be defeated via the cannons, like stingers and flyfish. Goldie seeking is up next, where a bunch of gushers will slowly glow on the map, and it's your job to find the glowing holes, the Goldie hiding in one of them. Going to find it fast is essential due to the egg requirement needing multiple Goldies to be found. Hitting a Goldie will drop its golden eggs. Shout when you find one to get more golden eggs due to the damage. Mothership is a massive ship that will send out flying salmons with boxes. Letting them land will reveal boxes containing salmon eggs. Defeating the boxes before they land will net you a golden egg. The difficult part is the amount of flying salmon eggs with boxes that will be sent. Covering the map and the fact that the actual mothership will come in and suck the golden eggs from the basket, needing at least two people to prevent it from doing so. The best shot is to separate and defeat the flying salmon eggs while throwing eggs near the basket for your co-workers near it. Mudmouths are next, with massive mud mouths coming from the ground. Sending bombs into their mouth will make them explode and hurt them 3 times an hour. You also get a bunch of golden eggs for the troubles too. The challenge comes from the onslaught of lesser salmoners coming from the mouth. There are also golden mudmouths that give a heavy handful of golden eggs and only spawn cohorts. The thing to remember is that multiple can spawn in, so sometimes defeating one is worth it to not overwhelm the map, and then getting back any closer mudmouths if there's any. And finally, Golden Tornado, where a big box of golden eggs will spawn on low tide, right on the edge. This will be the easiest event if not for the basket on a shore being blocked by a big rock, and you need to go onto the main line to get the eggs in. To win, you will need to make a line of workers that will naturally get into one once someone starts to throw eggs. This is a lot faster than swimming up and down, but the issue then comes from the salmon spawning in between the eggs and the massive amount of eggs. 2 people where they spawn in is usually best to deal with the hordes here. Anyways, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, it does help, and let me know to make more Splatoon videos, funny little videos. I hope that you have a lovely rest of the day, and goodbye.